The Switch 2 has brought so much discourse into the Nintendo community, and with it, a lot of toxicity and negativity about it flopping, and a lot of people are comparing it to the Wii U. But will it end up like the Wii U? Not at all, like 0% chance, and here's why. So there's a few factors on why the Switch 2 is being related to the Wii U. Firstly is that it's the successor to the Switch. I really don't understand this. Just because the Wii U was a successor to the Wii doesn't mean that all successors are gonna fail. Even though it had a shaky launch, the 3DS did really well in the market. The Switch 2 will probably be no different. Nintendo has stated multiple times that it's a new console. I mean, it's kinda hard to get confused that it isn't a new console. They did advertise new controllers, but that wasn't the entire point of the trailer. They showed off a lot more games that looked more unique than any Wii U game at launch, so I don't see how this could be a Wii U issue. Another issue that people say could be is the 3DS, which I think is the most likely. Do I still think it will happen? Probably not, but what happened with the 3DS was that at launch it was very expensive. It didn't sell all that well, so eventually Nintendo slashed the price. This was also due to the fact that they weren't in the best position financially. The Wii U definitely wasn't selling well, and the Wii was also selling poorly since it was basically outdated tech at that point. So they needed to boost the sales, and how did they do it? By slashing the price of the 3DS. But will this happen with the Switch 2? I mean, maybe. Look, the console really isn't that expensive. $450 is a lot of money, don't get me wrong. But for a console with 4K 120 FPS, I'd say it's kinda justified. Do I want it to be $450? No, I want it to be around $400. And of course the games are super expensive, which I highly disagree with. That's honestly my main problem with the Switch 2, is the price of the games, especially Zelda being $90 for the full experience. But the console itself isn't priced that badly. I feel like people are blowing that out of proportion a bit. The main problem with the Switch 2 in my opinion is that Nintendo's getting a bit too cocky with it. With the big success of the Switch 1, they could just price it at whatever they want because it proves that we'll just buy it anyway. Do I want all third-party games to be game keys where it's basically a digital game? No. Do I want games to be $80? No, I also don't. But unfortunately, that's the reality. We can't really do much to change it. If you're unhappy with the price, then try to get it used on eBay. People are still gonna buy it no matter what. This isn't a Wii U situation because there's so many more people who are craving for a Switch 2. The Switch came out almost 10 years ago at this point. In 2 years, it'll be 10 years. That's absolutely insane to think about. People are craving a new console, and honestly, I don't really blame them. People are gonna buy it no matter what. It's just too early to tell at this point. Yeah, pre-orders are selling super well in Japan, and yeah, they're selling out over here. But that really doesn't tell us much about the future. Obviously, hardcore Nintendo fans, including myself, are gonna buy it day one. But will the casual audience be able to get this? Would a mother want to buy this console for their child, seeing it be $500 with a game? My guess is probably not. The Switch and Wii had one thing in common, it was an affordable console. Compared to the PS5 and Series X, a Switch was much more appealing to the casual audience. A Series X and PS5 are $500, and a Switch is much cheaper than that, so why wouldn't you get a Switch? And you can play it in handheld mode. It's the perfect console for kids. But now the Switch 2 is $500 with a game, so do parents really want to buy that for their kids? Especially if they already have a Switch 1. We'll just have to see how it does in a year or so, because that's when the numbers will really show. Right now, all the people who are judging it based on pre-orders, that's not the best judgment for the console. We have no clue how successful it will be, only time will tell. But this discourse is really tiring, especially with people saying that it's gonna fail like the Wii U. Will it be as successful as the Switch 1? I highly doubt it. It probably won't even sell close to that number. But will it still be a success? I mean, probably. It's definitely not flopping like the Wii U. That had so many more problems that the Switch 2 doesn't have. The most I could see happening is that it doesn't sell well in the first 2 years and gets a small price cut. Maybe the games get a price cut too, but I'm not too sure. What people really should be talking about is the game key cards, cause this is super concerning. Basically every third party game is a game key card, which requires you to download the game off the internet when you first get it. This is absolutely terrible for preservation, I hate this so much. I was planning on buying a bunch of third party games for the Switch too, but now I guess I'll just get them for PS5. I'll actually be able to own them on PS5 because I don't need to connect to the internet to install them. That's what I'm most concerned about, but thankfully the first party games don't have that. So aside from the price, I really don't see why the Switch 2 would fail. It does everything that a successor should do, there's nothing that it really does wrong. Yeah, again, the prices are bad, I get that, but that doesn't mean that the console's gonna fail. It might not do well in the casual market, but die-hard Nintendo fans are gonna buy it. And that already shows with the pre-orders. I mean, they were sold out 5 seconds after they got listed. So time will tell, we just gotta wait a bit. I hope it is a success, because I really like the Switch, and the Switch 2 seems pretty cool. I will have it day one with a physical copy of Mario Kart World, because screw digital. And I will also not be buying any third-party games, unless they're not a game key card. If it's digital, I'm not buying. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Become a channel member if you want to support the channel, because it really helps me out a lot. And comment how many units you think the Switch 2 will sell by the end of its life. Now see you guys in the next one, peace.